Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to another edition of Hilaal Live. Thanks for watching us on channel 347, also on our live stream, www.hilaal.tv. Today we delving into the world of technology, and one aspect of technology is the aspect of coding. And I thought let's invite into studio a organization called CodeGirls. I'd first like to welcome the program manager, Abdeyah Fredericks-Adhikari. There we go. Are you well?
I'm well, thanks. And yourself?
I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And then also the trainer for front-end development, the guy that puts everybody through the ropes and ensures that things run smoothly, is Takunda Mashinya. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
So coding has been one of those industries that's evolved over the last couple of years as well. But for those that don't know too much about your organization, tell us a bit more. How did you get started? What made you go into this type of work?
So in 2017, or it could be 2018, three of our founders, Shamim Rajani, she owns ConsulNet Corporation, Faiza Yusuf, who owns WomenInTechPK, and Hasnain Walji owns United Global Initiative. Three of them came together and they looked at the need for tech, and especially in Pakistan. They thought, what is it that they can do to grow, contribute towards the economy, help women in this industry? And that is where the three of them came together and started CodeGirls. Fully funded program, also to break that disparity in the tech field. It's known as a man's world.
It is, so, yes, largely.
Just to say to yourself also, we're coming in fast there. So breaking that gender parity and to say, it's not just for a man, it's for women as well. And that is what the tech industry is short of.
So how long are you available and have been operating in the South African space?
So we actually only started in October of 2023 with our pilot program. January we started with our first official cohort, and now we are actually graduating all the students on the 30th of November for this year.
How long does an individual course take to just for beginners, a beginner's course?
16 weeks.
16 weeks.
16 weeks.
Okay,
yes.
great. So, Takunda, you part of the training. You ensure that everybody gets put through the paces. What are some of the information that you disperse in your training?
Okay, so when it comes to training, the focus is not only on coding, but we also dive into problem solving. So at the end of the course, the expectation is the ladies can look at any programming language and be able to teach themselves and carry on from there. And then if they are faced with other problems, they can use that some of that critical thinking and be able to solve the problem.
I like that.
Yes.
Because all too often we do find in various industries, problem solving needs to be implemented to ensure that the job gets done. But Abdeyah, with regards to people that attend the course, is there a criteria that they need to have in order to come into the course?
So we've got a criteria. Criteria is you must be over the age of 18. We don't take school students. You've got to finish your matric. You must have some basic computer knowledge, and that is where Takunda and the training team comes in. They would then teach you the HTML, CSS, all the languages, basic computer knowledge, and we require motivational letter as well. Since it's a sponsored course, we'd like to know that we are selecting the right candidates that are actually going to make a career out of it when they're done. So motivational letter, basically stating what your plan is and what your future is going to be like, or what you plan to do.
So you've been with the organization for a while as well. Have you had some success stories? What's the next step once they complete the course?
Oh yes, we have some stories. There's actually students right now, though they are waiting for graduation, who are actually taking on contracts and making websites.
Nice.
Right, and then two of the top students in the last cohort actually assist me with the current cohort I'm taking on. So we have seen changes. Yes, and then their future, I always encourage them, like, if you see any problem that requires code, even if it's a new language, now you have the skill to do research and to problem solve. You can take on that challenge, and there's no limit to it.
Okay. I like that attitude because that's what you want to pass on
Yes.
to the students as well. Abdeyah, as someone that's responsible for networking and getting out to various communities, have you reached out? What's your community footprint like?
We're starting to broaden that footprint at
Okay.
this point. So far, I mean, we've got advisory board members as well. We've got in Johannesburg, we've got Dr. Sylvia Safeke. She's a chief information officer. We've got two in Austria as well. They actually run the Africa Way basic computer skills in Houtbay.
Okay.
Two of them are part of our advisory board as well.
Nice.
We've got Rahima Kenny. She's on board as well.
Oh, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's one of those future women that,
Yes.
or women that can lead our teenagers
Correct.
into the future.
She actually did a course just last week on
Nice.
LinkedIn, setting up an effective LinkedIn profile for all our students.
Brilliant.
And we've got Brandon Wilson. He actually runs EduHub, so he does scratch coding with younger students. And then we've got Shirazan Basadin. She's also part of DQ
Nice.
Terminal,
Right.
managing director. She's also part of.
So what does the course go for? Is this something that you need to pay for? Is it a sponsored course? How do people apply? Tell us more.
So it is a sponsored course.
Okay.
So they come in, we do accept the registration fee.
Right.
So the registration fee is sort of a retainment fee. Once you graduate, then we return that fee
Nice.
upon completion. So that's the only hold with the fee. And then, apply through our website, apply on our contact numbers, and also through email.
Okay, fantastic. I suppose the students would always ask you, Takunda, is, what can I do with this? I've completed my course or I'm on the course. What's my next step? We do know unemployment is quite rife in our country. We've got a high unemployment rate. What's their next progression?
Okay, so when it comes to that, there is quite a demand for these languages that we are teaching. And let's say they fail to get an employment, they can actually do their own projects, freelancing. It actually pays. So there are sites like Fiverr, there are sites that
that can offer you work.
They can offer you work,
Right.
and then you can take on those projects. So there is a lot to do, and there's actually a demand. And these days with tech, you can see that everyone is talking about AI and all of that. Yeah, they still need people to maintain all of those systems. And this is like a foundation to teach them on how to be able to maintain those systems.
Okay. Abdeyah, you mentioned a upcoming cohort and an enrollment. When is that happening?
We actually starting with the registrations from the 1st of November.
Oh,
so
okay.
we've got applicants already sending in the applications, motivation letters, applying, and then we'll start conducting the interviews from the 1st of November. So applications are still open to everyone. We've got
Brilliant.
to take the best of the best. So
How many students can you enroll
we've
at one
only
time?
got 20 seats. only
Okay,
20
so very
seats.
limited.
Really
so that remains
limited.
for 16 weeks, and then
Correct.
you take another batch.
And then we take another batch.
Okay,
as well.
got it. So yeah, it can be a bit challenging, that part.
Yeah.
So for a company like yourselves that's involved in the coding aspect, involved in technology, is there any new projects or any innovation that you would like to share with us?
At this point, we actually had a presentation in September to do with robotics.
Oh,
actually.
nice.
We had Dr. Vincent Joseph Shakura, who does the grip 3D. He does the robotics, the hands and the arms. And he was actually looking for coding students.
Nice.
So we do phase 1, which is web development. We do
Okay.
phase 2, which is Python and MERN. And he's looking for those phase 2 students.
Amazing.
So those are sort of, the innovative ways that we're looking at. What can our students do? They can actually contribute to the community as well. And this is something that's in the pipeline for us for the new year.
Stunning. I can't wait to hear more about that. And just the success stories.
He's looking for those coders to come in and build those robotics webs.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, our audience may be surprised to hear that we are one of the leading experts when it comes to robotics, when it comes to AI. Little tip of Africa, shaping the world one code at a time, as they say. Takunda, what advice do you have for those that would like to join, that would like to come onto the course and benefit from this?
Okay. So if you are interested in tech and you are curious, you like solving problems, or you just look at your phone, you're on Facebook, and you just wonder, how was this made? This is the right course for you. So I encourage you to join, and we'll teach you from scratch. And from there on, you'll be able to build amazing things.
Great. Any last words from you, Abdeyah? Contact information you'd like to share?
Very, for the woman out there, it's not barefoot and pregnant behind the stove.
Good.
You can get a career, you can contribute to society, you can contribute to the economy. This is a space for women.
Brilliant.
So come in, take the course, learn a new skill, go out there and make it happen.
Great. Abdeyah and Takunda, thanks so much for coming into the studio. Really appreciate it. All the very best.
Yeah, no problem. Shukran.
And there we go. That's CodeGirls. If you haven't picked a option to study next year, this could be one of those for you. Do go and check them out on all the good social media handles. We will continue Hilaal live just after the break.